right side. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown.
They were in a very good position to come up with a go-ahead score there. A really good drive. Instead, it turns into 6 points going the other way. Psychologically, I don't know what that's going to do to them.
So as a coach, you're looking at that as at least a 10-point swing, right? Because they had the field goal in their back pocket.
They certainly did, and you're right. At least a 10-point swing, maybe more.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is up to 8. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. He's going to float this over the middle deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Shotgun now for Rodgers. This one complete to Devin Funchess. And he's going to have the Packers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A good pickup there at 22. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Rodgers again now. Slant to Adams. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. Jones. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Packers move back within a couple of the lead. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was. And when you mentioned most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Oh, trying to gauge the sun, and he muffs it. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Baltimore set to take over here for their 2nd possession of the game. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
He'll get that to the rookie from Minnesota, Rashad Bateman. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
Ravens receivers are ranked last in receptions and receiving yards each of the last 2 years. Thus, the pick of Rashad Bateman at the University of Minnesota. He was their 1st-round pick, number 27 overall, and they expect to see more catches and more 1st downs from that young man.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Two minutes remaining in this 1st half of football. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 29-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Jackson will throw again. And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Chris Barnes. And what a return as he brings us one all the way back to the 25-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
And this one too low.
I think we can all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing. He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop him well short.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. That's to his running back, complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. Now a play fake. Rodgers. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. Another try after the first down sack. Rodgers over the middle, complete. That's Adams. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now Rodgers. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
He's going to air one out. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So we have reached halftime. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. This one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. A gutsy call there. Yates at the locker room with a lead. Tried the onside kick. It didn't work.
And you just wonder what the gain was there. They were already in the lead. They were in control of the game. They may have given momentum now to their opponent and maybe kick-started things going in the opposite direction.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. Rodgers now to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
To try again after the sack. Rodgers, he'll let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 3 yards on the keeper, and it's fourth down. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. Well, their first fourth down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any fourth down stop is a big momentum play.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. A third quarter now, a one-point game as they line up second and 10. Jackson will find Dobbins out of the backfield. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
A great job there, and that old cliche, taking what the defense gives you, comes right into play. Nothing too out of the ordinary about the throw. Just a little dump off over the middle. But what it is out of the ordinary is what he did with it after the catch. Not only did he grab the ball, but how about the significant yardage he picked up after.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, 39 yards. As the Ravens push further out in front. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space. Which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Tucker now to add the point after. And with that, the lead is up to 8. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 16. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys,